What are some things that are really important to give people feedback about in their job performance?
You should not wait 90 days, I don't believe, as a newer business to start doing reviews. They should be much more often. Okay. You should set the expectation in the interview. This is how we are going to manage you, right? And we are going to meet every X, whatever it is. I don't think it should be every 90 days, depending on what the size of your company is and what the scope of the work they're going to do. It may actually be daily. Okay, at a minimum, I think in the beginning it should be weekly. I do not think in the beginning of someone's career with you, they should be anything beyond every 2 weeks. Like, that's really too much. But here's the thing is people get nervous about that feedback loop because they think it's disciplinarian only. And they're like, oh my gosh, I have to tell someone again that they didn't do their job. Well, you can give positive feedback as well. But I think the best way to manage, and the way that's worked extremely well for me and many of my clients, is to remove all emotion. Right? There's too much emotion built up in management. The way you can remove emotion is with math. Numbers are black and white. There's no emotion attached to numbers. Of course, there's some emotion attached to numbers. People are going to fight me in the comments about it. But what I mean is, it's not like I feel. This is what it is. If they're expected to do a task, you can measure that with math. It's like, this is how many of the thing I needed to do. We had a meeting today with one of our companies, and we had the chief operating officer, but we were talking about how many contacts, how many appointments, how many follow-ups, how many closes. And they were averaging 26 contacts, 4 appointments, 2 closes. They didn't have a metric for follow-ups. So what they were saying is, all right, let's add that in to our report that we have, make sure we're counting of those 26 contacts, how many follow-ups do we have? But then what the numbers advise us to is their ratios, right? They're a 15% appointment setting closing, meaning if they have 26 contacts, they make 4 appointments.
Correct.
Of those appointments, they had a 50% close ratio. So they needed to hit a certain number that we now know they need 120 leads to hit this number of these 9 new clients they need. Okay, so now there's a new expectation that's set. So the next meeting, this woman is going to be able to ask her staff, did you set this many appointments? And if they said yes, great. If they said no, why? What did we not supply you with? What are the resources that are missing? Not a blame game.
Correct.
It's what do we need? And then the opposite is, well, you asked me to hit 9, I actually hit 22. Like, how? Let's improve the whole group.
Right.
So using math and everything, people are like, but I can't measure this or that. You can measure everything.